All right, so for those of you who know how to sub, who love sublimation like I love sublimation, it's a pretty easy process. Like I said, we're using some GC sub from my boy E at Garment Creations. I'm gonna leave a link at the bottom to grab you some, and I'm telling you, it's some of the best sublimation paper, hands down. I wouldn't be saying that if that wasn't the truth. Plus, for the person that I'm doing these hats for, it has to be high quality. It's for my boy Sway Espinoza, or Jay Espinoza. If you're from the Bay Area, you know what he's done musically. And there's a couple of important people in the hip hop community that these hats are going to. So I have to do my absolute best to provide high quality stuff. And so that's what we're gonna do here. So right now I'm just getting me some paper out. I'll show you what the designs look like in a hot second here. Each design, well, when you see them, each design, because of the spacing I have on these hats, let me show you a hat. For the spacing of these designs. This is how much room I have to play with my Heatpress, my Hatpress, excuse me. So I know that I have probably about 4.5 in width, and I'm gonna go 2.5 in height. That's how much space I have before my Hatpress doesn't press over here or something like that. So it's gonna look really nice once I get done with it. So let's head over here to Photoshop where the designs are loaded up and show you what they look like. All right, so let's load our first image. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't need to rasterize the layer. So now I'm going to go in here into properties. I want to make sure that I am making these 4.5 by 2. Okay, here's the second image, the same exact thing. And properties, make sure that I'm getting that size right. Okay, let's add the third one. Okay, so One Speed is the name of his brand. Checking the property again. This is where I change the sizes. I know that there's, I can use free transform. If you're familiar with Photoshop, free transform and change the size. That way I'm more comfortable doing it this way. So now I'm gonna send it over to my printer, but I always check my settings first to make sure that I have it, or I have the exact profile that I want selected. I will give out these settings eventually. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and click this, hit OK here, hit OK. All right, I think I got everything that I need. I always wanna double check, but now let's print it. All right, so that's the artwork. We're gonna head over to the printer, print this bad boy out and see, actually keep our fingers crossed that the colors are coming out as vibrant as I want them to come out. And then we'll cut them out, fit them on a hat, and go press them. Okay, so I use the Epson or the EcoTank 2720. It prints 8.5 by 11. It can go 8.5 by 14. For this, I'm using 8.5 by 11. I love that the colors are always coming out vibrant. This is Cosmos ink. I do have another printer I'll be converting. I'll be using some Nexus ink on that one, but for this one, this is Cosmos ink. All right, so there we have it. So they came out just as vibrant as I thought that they would, and I cannot wait to cut these out and press them. Again, this is GC Sub. I'll leave you guys a link at the bottom. So now I'm just cutting out the images to get them taped and fit on the hat. There we go. Cut out. So now what we'll do with these is I'll grab some heat transfer tape or some heat tape, tape them down to the hats, and then go in there and press them. All right, get your heat transfer tape. Cut you a couple pieces off. We're gonna go with the purple hat first. So this is what I shall do. Oops, get that under the camera so you can see it. All right, 4 of them, because I might even do 2 up here and 2 at the bottom. All right, so now I'm gonna take my hat, tape it on the hat. Otis 1. Think about right there. Make sure you secure that heat transfer tape down. Bam, first one done. I guess you can never use enough heat tape. I want to make sure it's secured on there, so that's the first one. I just went back and just touched it up a little bit. That's the first one. All right, so here's our royal blue and white cap, and we're gonna go with that design right there, which is Can't Buy Respect. All right, so the settings that I'm going with today are going to be 365 for 50 seconds. 365 for 50 seconds on this sublimation paper. Right, so there we go. Clip the hat on there. Lock it in place. I think we're good to go there. All right, let's take the run at the first hat. All right, let's see if we can get a good sublimation on the first hat. Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh, let's see what that first one turns out like. Hopefully there's no ghosting. Voila, look how beautiful that is. Let me zoom in a little bit. Look at that. The detail and the color, right? All right, here's the second hat right here. Lock him into place well. Ooh. So I think that's about right where I want it. This is an important hat right here. So here we go. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. What? Another one. I'm telling you, the GC sub, if you don't use this link at the bottom, you're missing out. All right, so the last hat. Look, we got 2 in a row that came out great. I don't want to jinx myself, but let's hope we go 3 for 3. Here we go. That's locked in there. Not tight enough for me, but let's make it tighter. Adjustment on both sides. All right, can we go 3 for 3? Here we go. All right, the last hat. Here we go. Can we go 3 for 3? We absolutely can. There we go, guys. That detail. And that's what I love about GC Sub is I can really see the detail in it. The colors are vibrant. Right? So let me show you the other 2 hats again. Right, this is the 1-speed one. Look at that. All right? This one is so important. And I'm glad that we got it right. All right, y'all. So there you have it. All 3 hats. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. Get you some GC Sub. The link's at the bottom. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing sublimation. Sublimation is one of my favorite things to do. It just, I don't know. I'm in love with it, from socks to underwear to hats to you name it, you can sub, right? So again, I want to thank my guy Sway, J.S. Pinoza from the Bay. If you don't know who he is, you better learn about him. He's got a company called 1-Speed. And again, this hat right here is such an important hat. It's a collaboration from my boy Sway and this particular hip hop artist. I thank you guys for watching. I'll leave links below. Look, I use my favorite Hatpress from Heat Transfer Warehouse. It's the Walapress Auto Open. It's the best hat press I've ever had. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, leave them at the bottom. I'll reply to you as fast as I possibly can. And on that note, I am out.